Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be with you today. We had a great week, spoke the gospel. We used a verse over in Psalm 78, and there was a old gentleman that was preaching that I heard preaching the message. It was probably 50 years ago, and I'm sure the man is dead and gone now. Don't even remember the man's name. But listen to Psalm 78:19. It says, "Yea, they spake against God. They said, Can God turn a table into wilderness, or can God furnish a table into wilderness?" The title of that message that man brought all them years ago is Can God? You notice that it says there, can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Well, we know that a table represents blessing. And if a table represents blessing, it's what's on the table that God is willing to bless. If you are his child, God can. It ain't the fact that can God. Can God with a question mark, or is it God can with an exclamation point? God can and will, and he will supply. God can bless his people. You know, God blesses the lost man with grace. Grace is something that God gives to every man, is grace, but there's going to come a time when grace is going to have a deadline, and I believe that time is probably soon and very soon. God can bless his people. He shows us all the time. God can give peace. He's the author of peace. We know that Galatians 5:22 and 23 says that he is the God of peace. And here's the good thing. God can give himself to you. If you don't know him today, God can give himself to you. And you know, he loves to save. He still loves to save. He's in the saving business. He don't depend on anybody but himself to save. He gives you and I an invitation. It's a choice that we take him up on his offer. He loves to save. You know, God came in the form of Jesus. When Jesus came to the earth, you know, he was born in the manger. That's what we're going to celebrate in the next month. He had a life of 33 years that he lived on this earth. He did miracles. He did so many miracles. Every page you turn in the Bible, you can see a miracle that he did. He paid the ultimate payment when he went to the cross. He was whipped. He was beat. He had the crown of thorns. He had to carry his cross. I mean, the man, no doubt, paid a tremendous price. He died. He gave his life. And he gave his life so that he has life today. And not only does he have life today, he has life today for your future and my future. And I'm thankful for that. Now, the question I have to ask is, God can make you his child. If you're out there today and you don't know him as your Lord, you can ask him. You know, I asked a man today if he wanted $1, and he held his hand out. Before I left that nursing home, I gave him $1, and I used it to prove my point that if we ask, then we can receive. God's not an Indian giver. He loves to save. God can. It ain't that can God. The lost man might say, can God do this? Can God do that? No, God can. He has showed up many, many times over and proved his love. Thank y'all for listening.